This is Jim Smith from the 1000. Speaking of gun control again, I spoke in a previous shot about the Aboriginal people in Canada. I want to carry on a little more on that. Our Aboriginal people in Canada, by and large, were allies of the Europeans, not enemies of them. And there was a lot difference in their treatment than there was in the United States. And I'd like to talk about Sir John A. MacDonald, the founding father of Canadian Confederation. And he was very, he wasn't an anti-gun guy, I guess the first thing you want to say about him, clearly in his life. But he believed that the Aboriginal people should own firearms for their own, for hunting purposes, for their own food. And he considered that part of their birthright. And in fact, at one point proposed that their old trade muskets be traded in for modern fowling pieces, what we would call shotguns, to make it more effective for their hunt, and for the Dominion government, the central government, to pay the difference. So that was pretty straightforward. Once John A. MacDonald died and the Liberals under Laurier got in, there were a lot of changes, including disarming the Aboriginal people and putting them on the reserves and making them stay on the reserves, and taking away their guns. Now, some of the guns were taken away because of the Riel Rebellion. When they surrendered, a lot of trade muskets were taken out and thrown in the river, and they were destroyed, which is why historical guns from that period are collector's items, by the way. Very rare collector's items and very valuable. But the Aboriginal people have fought hard to obtain the right to hunt. And to hunt, they need to own firearms. Now, I've been at treaty days back in the 70s, which is kind of a ceremony where the signing of the treaties is commemorated, and the RCMP dress up in their red serge, and an agent from the government comes out. And the one I was at, every person got tobacco for a peace offering, either a tin of tobacco or a carton of cigarettes. And they got a box of ammo for hunting. And they got themselves, sorry, I'm having a bit of a moment here. So this was quite the thing to see. But they also got $5. Right, fresh, brand new $5 bills to symbolize the financial responsibilities the government took to the Aboriginal people. And I don't think too many of us kind of civilians that aren't part of the RCMP or the nursing corps up in the north has ever seen that sort of thing. But it's very interesting because what it said is that in 1970 some odd, the federal government was clearly accepting that the Aboriginal people had the right to hunt. And not to hunt with old muzzle loaders, which is what some smart people say are bows and arrows, but modern rifles. They were giving away 30-06, 303 British, and 30-30 ammo. So those are the things going on. Now, if you go up into the far north, we have native rangers up there among the Inuit who still shoot 303s. But the hunters up there like Valmet semi-automatic rifles. And when Kim Campbell prohibited them, all the Eskimos raised such a heck. That's what the kind of down south name for the Inuit is, for those of you who don't know. That they became unprohibited. And it's quite amazing. There was no more crimes committed with them before they were prohibited, while they're prohibited, or after they're prohibited, which is nothing else is a good laboratory to prove to you that the firearms prohibitions put forward by Kim Campbell were just a joke. And in fact, when you get down with those gun banners real hard and knock heads with them again, and I love knocking heads with them, you can tell that. This is the most fun you can possibly have. They'll come right down and say, well, it's a symbol. I said, so, a symbol, you took a $3,000 pistol away from me, and you made thousands of dollars worth of my collection worthless. And that's a symbol. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't shoot anybody. I broke no laws. I'm very careful. I don't break laws. And yet I got punished. We got punished. Billions of dollars for one nutcase. And we can't go after him because it's racist to call him what he was, which was a misogynistic North African loser. And that's all I have to say on that.